From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Peter Murphy begins now.
Good evening. Greyhound racing will be phased out in Tasmania within 4 years, becoming just the second jurisdiction in Australia to end the controversial sport. Activists are hailing it as a major win, but the shock call leaves the hundreds of people who rely on racing for their livelihoods in the lurch.
More than 90 years since the first official greyhound race in Tasmania, the dogs have had their day.
It's clear that we need to draw a line in the sand when it comes to the greyhound racing industry.
The sport will be phased out in Tasmania by June 2029, coinciding with the end of the current funding deed. It's unclear what consultation was held with the more than 600 people who work in the industry before the shock call was made. And with almost 830 greyhounds in training in Tasmania, the sport's demise will need to be measured.
My office will set up a support group that will look at the operational side of that phase-out period that will involve members of the racing industry, the community, animal welfare groups.
The announcement sparking a predictable reaction from the Greens. Woo! Heralded as a win for animal rights, Tasmania would follow the ACT and New Zealand.
You have to be cautious in your celebrations because at the moment it's just an announcement, but the die is cast and community expectations have been raised.
But there are questions about the timing of this second policy reversal in 2 days, with both major parties locked in a battle to win the support of crossbenchers. Today, Labor isn't committing either way.
It looks pretty cynical to me. This is a Premier who yesterday dropped his forestry policy. Today he's dropped his racing policy. What will it be tomorrow?
We are in minority government, and so it's important that we listen to the views across the crossbench.
Well, the promise is a tick for the Premier in some independents' books. There are still 9 days until the possibility of a vote in Parliament, an eternity in politics.
I want to see Tasmanians being listened to. This is a step in the right direction. It doesn't assure the government of my confidence, but it is certainly a very strong indication that they're willing to listen.
We sought comment from several greyhound industry stakeholders today. Nick Kelly, 7 Tasmania News.
In another shock political move, Labor has handed its financial reins to a high-profile independent. Dean Winter looking outside his party for a treasurer, aiming to bolster support for a tilted forming government.
Out with the old and in with the new, Labor leader Dean Winter shaking up his shadow cabinet, passing the budget books to independent MLC Ruth Forrest.
There's been no greater champion for budget repair than Ruth Forrest. This is someone who's got immense experience, capability and quality.
The state's next treasurer if Labor were to take the reins, tasked with tackling Tasmania's ballooning debt.
And I really appreciate the trust that's been placed in me to ensure that our state can get back on track financially. We're in a terrible state. I'm sure it's much worse than we actually realise.
Our Tasmanian budget is in crisis. The Liberals have sent it towards $13 billion worth of net debt.
Ms Forrest is confident she's up for the challenge.
I'm going in eyes wide open if I have that opportunity. With knowing the enormity of the task. I'm not going to shy away from the challenge that it is. I'll be honest, I'll be transparent.
Mr Winter's pick sparking some cautious concern.
It's a hell of a lot of respect, and I think she would make a good treasurer. But the question remains, will she be listened to?
It's an interesting move, and my question to Ruth Forrest would be, what is Labor going to do different?
The move continuing to conjure up crossbench courting from all major parties, the Premier reaffirming his allegiance with his own.
We're going to draw within our own team because we have a very strong, capable team, but a team that is, of course, more than willing to engage, to listen and to learn from the crossbench.
The Greens still waiting for the call up from Labor.
What's Labor going to do differently? So, Dean Winter, we need to have the conversation.
We'll talk to everyone. We'll talk to the Greens, Independents, Liberals.
Only time will tell when Parliament returns next week. Rebecca Gardinera, 7 Tasmania News.
A hiker has been rescued after spending a night lost in the Tasmanian wilderness. The 60-year-old set out on a day hike in the Central Highlands around Poatina, but didn't return home last night. Ground and air crews found him safe and well at around 9 this morning. Authorities are again urging hikers to think twice about going solo and are encouraging people to inform others of their routes and expected return times. Keen runners have taken over the state's east coast, competing in a major competition, but it's one that's a little unorthodox. The National Egg and Spoon Racing Championship proving eggs can go much further than just your Sunday breakfast plate.
In the depths of Tasmania's coldest months, the Winter Challenge sees athletes push to the limit across land and sea, a true mark of endurance for those who complete it. Yet it was a different race happening just metres away that had this East Coast crowd going wild.
Invent something that could get everyone else involved, get everyone in on that atmosphere, and you don't need an expensive bike for, you don't need an expensive kayak for. So the idea for the National Egg and Spoon Racing Championships was born.
We've got families, we've got, really fit people, we've got people who are at different stages of life and could not be more thrilled.
The Egg and Spoon Championships, so much more than just fun and games. After decorating and a practice run, these participants did everything they could to ensure a clean scramble to the finish line.
I've been working out a lot for this day. Practicing my backwards running.
You're obviously taking this pretty seriously.
Yeah, it's National Egg and Spoon Race.
But when it came to a win, all rules went out the window for one victorious relay team.
Yeah, we just knew that, being the Rooster team, we definitely had a chance. If Aaron can turn around and show you the back of the shirt, that says it all, really, doesn't it?
I think we really practiced our transfers, and that's where we won.
Transfers really did.
Your transfers so fast.
Yeah.
But it was event organiser Tim who left his competitors with egg on their faces.
While these eggs don't come with a side of bacon, they do come with some pretty serious bragging rights. I don't know though, I might just have to stick to journalism.
These tiny competitors proving sometimes you do have to break a few eggs to make an omelette, or at least keep them on the spoon. Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
South Hobart residents have been treated to a spread of sweets and beets, all while sharing an important message. The neighbourhood gathering for a party in the park, mingling over music and cakes. The Hobart Council-sponsored event is aiming to encourage connection and community.
We've got some really good friends who live in this community already, but it's so nice to know who's in your street.
We've had street parties in South Hobart, North Hobart, West Hobart, Lena Valley and Newtown.
Council hosts 5 street parties a year. There was certainly reason to celebrate in the University Lions sheds, singing their team song for the first time in 764 days. The major drought breaker coming by a narrow margin with a 3-point win over the Meander Valley Suns. In what started out as a surprise close encounter between WSL trophy contenders South Hobart and winless Taroona, South no doubt entered the sheds at half-time sweating a bit heavier than usual. Returning for the second half with scores locked together, any hope of an upset was promptly extinguished. A sneaky last-minute goal from Taroona would see the match end 5-2 in favour of South Hobart. In the one of the world's largest fun runs, second out of 90,000 isn't too bad, is it? In his first crack at the iconic race, Launceston's Sam Clifford coming in about 50 seconds behind the reigning champ in the 14-kilometre dash to Bondi Beach. Hobart's Ruby Smee also managing a podium finish, third in the women's event. In a tussle with 13-time Supercars winner Fabian Coulthard, it was Tasmanian up-and-comers Ollie Wickham and Charlie Parker who came off on top. The pair emerging from the home term fender bender to finish second and third in the Toyota GR Cup. Fellow Tasmanian Lockie Dalton managing a third-place finish in the Super 2 for his first podium of the weekend.
Good evening. 14 was the high across Hobart, Launceston and Devonport today, Burnie reaching 13 degrees. 16 was the state's top across King and Flinders Island, Grove 15 degrees and 14 in Strawn. Cloudy conditions were seen over northern and eastern parts of Tasmania today, with mostly clear conditions elsewhere. Further out, cloud and showers lie along the New South Wales coast and extend north into southeast Queensland. Tomorrow, light showers are expected about the north and upper east coast, fine conditions elsewhere. North to northeasterly winds tomorrow, 10 to 20 knots, reaching 30 knots about the northwest. Swells up to 2.5 metres in the west and south and below 1 metre in the north. A strong wind warning is current for the far northwest coast, southeast coast and central west coast. Tomorrow's forecast now: Hobart and Ooze 16, morning frost then sunny in Dover. In the north, Launceston 15 with a morning frost, a shower or two across Devonport and Scottsdale. Birdie and Stanley showers and 14, sunny and 16 in Strawn. St Helens 14 degrees, a possible shower in Swansea and 13 in Ross. Looking ahead to Tuesday now, light showers in the north extending to the west during the afternoon. Wednesday, showers about the west and far south through the day. And Thursday, light showers in the west extending to the north during the day. Around Australia tomorrow, Perth partly cloudy reaching 20 degrees, 19 in Melbourne and a shower or two in Sydney. And currently Hobart 10, mostly clear, Launceston 11 degrees right now and Devonport 10 and partly cloudy. That's all in weather, Murph.
That's all our news for now. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your week next week, and Michael Maney will be in the chair tomorrow night. Good night.